Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monkey Around Reviews. Today we have the Faroro automatic pet food dispenser, model PF50. This thing is perfect for small dogs and for cats. It can hold up to 6 liters of food, and it can be dispensed with precise portion control that can go from 1/125th of a cup all the way up to 1 full cup. And you can program it to dispense out up to 15 times a day. And to add to all of that, it's Wi-Fi controlled. You can use your phone to do dispensing if you want to. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So obviously you can see it is a pretty big box because it does hold that 6 liters of food. So we will take this off here. And the first thing that we see is the pet food dispenser. There you go. We'll take this out of the bag. Now there's not a lot of weight to this. I'm sure that will change once you actually add the food to it. What else we got in here? That seems to be it. The box is empty. So let's go ahead and take this apart. So we'll take the plastic off the top. And everything else seems to be inside this area. So this locks, so we can turn that, and the lid opens up. Whoops. And this is where everything else is. We have the instruction manual, and then in here, we open this up, we have a micro USB cable, the power plug for the micro USB cable to go into the Edison for power, and then this looks like it goes on the bottom here. So let's close this up and take a look. So yeah, this is the tray, so we'll put that right in there like so. It clips in, there's your tray. Oh, sorry, you can't see it, there you go. Now the nice thing about this is also, not only does it use power, it will take some batteries down here. If you just pop this open, it looks like it takes 3 D-sized batteries right here. And it was saying that that's really nice, that if it happens to lose power in the house, this thing will still have power to be able to dispense. So if we take a look at this, you have what we saw, the battery compartment was here, a power switch here, that's all on the bottom of the unit. Here on the top, we have the lock that opens up the food dispenser to keep the animals from wanting to get into the food that's not being dispensed yet. If you take a look here inside, you'll see the area that turns around to dispense the food. So here on the front, we have the LED indicator so you know what's going on. We have a button with a microphone, that is to do your recordings. There's a button with a dog bone, that is so you can manual feed. You can just come up to this button and the food will come out. And then you have your Wi-Fi settings button over here. Up top you see 2 holes. One of those is a microphone and the other one is a buzzer. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug this thing in and we're going to see how it works. So right over here, I have a power cable. So we will plug this into here and take the USB cable and plug it in. Like I said, it does run on batteries, but the batteries are for backup only. They recommend not wanting to run it on batteries at all the time. So we're just going to plug that in, and then the USB cable is going to go here on the bottom. So we're going to open up the area where the batteries go, and right here there is a hole for the USB cable. So we're going to plug this in, and then you just route the cable through these little indentions here. Just as simple as that. And obviously you could put the batteries in with this cable, but we're not going to deal with that right now. Close that back up and just hit the power. Alright, so it's turned on. You see the red flashing light? That is normal. That means that it has not been programmed for Wi-Fi yet. The red solid light, meaning that it's been programmed but it can't find the Wi-Fi. What you want to see is a solid blue light, which means it's been programmed for Wi-Fi and it's connected to the Wi-Fi. The only other setting that you'll see on here is if it's a blue flashing light, and that means it's dispersing the food. So what we're going to do is I'm going to install the app, and we are going to connect this to the Wi-Fi, and we are going to see how this thing works. Be right back. Okay, so I've downloaded Pet Zero, which is the app to be used with this automatic pet food dispenser. So the first thing we're going to do is create an account. And now we're going to set our password. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to add a device. So we're going to auto scan for the pet feeder, the Wi-Fi pet feeder. So we have to reset the device. Hold the Wi-Fi button for 5 seconds and wait for it to restart. All right, there we go. So it's going rapidly. So we hit that button, allow it, confirm the Wi-Fi SSID. And we wait. All right, so the device has been found. So it says device added successfully, so we're going to hit done. As you see, it's now a blue light on the device. And it is loading something. About halfway done. It's seeing it. There we go. So here we are on the main screen. Let's make sure there's nothing behind me, just an edit for the name. So there are 3 buttons here on the screen. There is a settings button, a manual feed button, and a menu button. And then on the bottom, it is adding timers. So we hit the settings button. You're going to see that there is sufficient in the food reserves. The battery status says there's no battery in there. The indicator light is on, so we can actually turn that on and off. And that actually turned off the blue light when I hit that button. And we can turn it back on. Voice times. We can do some settings of 1 to 5. Food portions by the button, so that's how many portions we want to have come out when we hit the button that's on the actual unit. That was the dog bone button. Reboot feeder, so we can hit that button to restart it. We also have the menu button on the other end. And that says feeding record. So I guess there has been no recordings of feedings in there. The bottom button is where you can set up your times, how to repeat, how much you feed, and at what times. And then here you have the manual feed. So we hit that. How many portions we want to come out? Between 1 and 50 portions. That is a lot of portions. All right, so we're going to hit 1. And the machine itself just spun. As you just saw, it said lack of food on my screen. So if I hit manual feed again, it's dispensing. And there it is, no food left. It is empty. I don't know if you can hear it, but it was just a very quiet sound. I'm going to put the phone right next to the machine to see if we can hear this. So here is the machine. So I don't know if you could hear that or not, but like I said, it's super quiet. I think it's going to be noisier dispensing the food than it is actually spinning the dispenser itself. If we are going to do a manual feed, let's say 10, let's see how much longer this goes for. Still quiet, still spinning. And I'm guessing 10 portions is going to be a lot of food. And that's it. So it was that simple. Now if we go into this other button, which was the feeding records, now you can see. So that's not a menu button, it is a history button of when you fed. And you can see all these feeding failures because there is no food in there. So it actually knows that there's no food. We can do the same things right here at the manual feed. We're going to hit this dog food button, which is the manual dispenser, and we're just going to hit that once, and nothing happens. It's actually a double press, and it does a single dispense. So I'm guessing the reason of that double press is in case your dog actually is that smart, or your cat, and realizes if they hit that button, food comes out, it's not going to dispense unless they hit it twice. So once again, one button, nothing. 2 buttons, dispense. So once again, this has been Monkey Around Reviews with the Faroro Automatic Pet Food Dispenser model PF50. If you've used Wi-Fi pet food dispensers before, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe.